Good morning, friends. I picked this book today, The Rain Came Down. It's by David Shannon. And I picked this book because it is raining. It has been raining since yesterday. And I had my umbrella, and it was chilly, and I was waiting for kids to come to school and looking at everybody walking with their umbrellas with their heads down. And luckily for us, our baby kids and moms and dads were still pretty cheerful. When I said good morning and have a good day, they said the same thing. So nobody was quite grumpy yet. But I think when the rain goes on and you get wet and your things get wet and you drop your book in a puddle and your dog goes out and gets muddy feet and you can't go out and play. It just ends up making people a little bit more impatient and grumpy and not as cheerful as usual. So that is kind of what happens when our story goes on with the rain. And you'll see the difference in the people when it's raining, raining, raining. The Rain Came Down by David Shannon. One Saturday morning, the rain came down, and it made the chickens squawk. The cat yowled at the chickens, and the dog barked at the cat, and still the rain came down. The man yelled at the dog and woke up the baby. "Stop all that yelling," shouted the man's wife. The dog barked louder, and still the rain came down. If you look, you can see the dog has muddy feet. A policeman heard the noise and stopped to see what was wrong. His car was blocking traffic, and half a block away, a woman squirmed in the back of a taxi. "Hurry up, or I'll miss my plane," she told the taxi driver, so he started honking his horn. The truck driver in front of him got mad and started honking back. "I have tomatoes to deliver," he shouted. The ice cream man heard the honking and turned up the music on his van. Jingle, jingle went his music, slap to slap went the windshield wipers, and still the rain came down. Look at that. Look at all the cars in line. Oh, I think I almost missed that. I see somebody who's pretty happy about that. Do you see the mother duck and her little ducklings crossing? They like the rain. They like to be wet. The owner of the beauty parlor came out to see what all the fuss was about. She bumped into the barber coming out of his barber shop, and they began to argue. Up on his ladder, the painter grumbled, "I can't paint in the rain," and he started to climb down and bonked the barber on the head with his can of paint. Now all three of them were arguing. Next, the baker stepped out of his bakery. "My roof is leaking and my cakes are getting wet," he moaned, and he opened his umbrella and poked the pizza man in the nose. So they joined in the bickering too. A boy ran by chasing a small boat down the stream, down in the gutter, and he splashed a little girl, and she began to cry. And still the rain came down. Goodness sakes. The grocery man stomped out onto the sidewalk and yelled, "Where is that delivery truck? I need my tomatoes." And he ran into a lady coming out of the clothing store and knocked her boxes into his fruit stand. Oranges, apples, and lemons bounced down the sidewalk, and still the rain came down. Oh, goodness, everybody's having some trouble. Do you remember where the tomatoes are? And the delivery driver, do you know where they are? Stuck in the traffic, honking their horns. I need to make my delivery. The policeman walked back to his car. What is all this ruckus about? He asked. The whole block was honking, yelling, bickering, and barking. And then the rain stopped, and so did the noise. The sun came out, the air smelled fresh and sweet, everything shimmered, and a rainbow stretched across the rooftops. Can you see that? Up here, rainbow. Look at everybody change their faces. They stop arguing, they look up at the sky. A rainbow kind of makes everybody happy. It's much too nice of a day to be arguing, said the baker. I have cakes to bake. Oh, and I have pizzas to make, said the pizza man. I could use a shave while my building dries, said the painter to the barber, and they went inside. The policeman said, everything looks A-OK here to me, and he drove off in his car. The woman in the taxi decided she had time to have her hair done before her trip, and she went into the beauty parlor. So the lady with the boxes got into the taxi and went home. The truck driver told the grocer, I have your tomatoes. Wonderful, said the grocer, but first I have to pick up this fruit. The little girl and boy helped him, so he bought them ice cream cones, and the ice cream man gave them each an extra scoop because it was such a nice day. And then the man and his wife and their baby had a picnic together in the backyard while the dog, the cat, and the chickens slept in the warm afternoon sun. So it looks like the day turned out okay, huh? Kind of like our Colorado rain sometimes, when we think we've got a plan to play outside and all of a sudden it's raining, and then pretty soon it stops. We see a rainbow and it's beautiful and clean, and we can get on with our playing and our working and our visiting with our neighbors. So the rain is good in the spring. It cleans everything off. It gives us some moisture for our grass to turn green and our trees to grow and our flowers to blossom. So I hope when you get stuck in the rain, sometimes you can think about all the good things that it's going to bring and don't get caught up in all that grumpiness. So I hope you liked the story. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.